What's up, YouTube? Books Nelson here, back with another video, and today is our first My Team Playbook of the season. Let's go. So as I'm watching a lot of the community day guys streaming, seeing some good stuff. Game looks pretty good so far, but we won't know until we get our hands on it. For now, we have some things to talk about. So the long story short of this, we're not going to read this word for word because a lot of it is you can get your brand new cards here. You know, you've got the Gems of the Game collection where you can get a whole bunch of players. There's this Hidden Gems collection where you can earn a reward, and then when the player gets released, it comes back in later. All cool. What we really want to look at right off the bat, though, is we got pink diamonds in September. So this is alarming a little bit, but I will say it's very early. And we haven't seen what these players are. If we'll recall, if you look at season 2 series, LeBron James, he was a pink diamond last year. He wasn't a very good card. This is not to say that this won't be a very good card, but what I'm saying is he doesn't necessarily have to be overpowered, right? He could be very good, but it doesn't necessarily have to be overpowered. He's a 96 overall. Does this mean he has 98 speed and all that stuff? Let's wait and see. I will say Westbrook is a single position PG. Don't expect his shot to be great. Same thing with Wilt. He's not going to be shooting most likely. He's a center. So while that LeBron James is a little scary in September, I mean, day 0, pink diamond, LeBron is like a lot. And then we got Tracy McGrady, who is probably going to be pretty good in the season pass. So, you know, we'll keep our eyes on that. But let's look at the rest of these cards real quick, just a sneak preview. So we don't know what any of this is going to be like because we don't know how the game plays. So this is just a how do you do? Books Nelson back here. You guys know I like to give y'all real information. So it's not a situation where I'm not going to pretend to know what's good and what's bad. The first thing I'm doing when I get on the game is figure out how the game plays. There's a lot of things that the creators aren't really talking about yet. For instance, nobody's really talking about passing, right? That matters a lot. What the passing is like, what the steals are like, what the shot contest system is like. Until we know that stuff, we don't know how good any of these cards are, right? Say, hypothetically, going to the basket is pretty easy. Then maybe that LeBron and Westbrook are over the top great if the dunk meter is really easy. But let's say it's super easy and going to the basket is strong with everybody, then they're not as special anymore, right? So until we know how the game plays, we just don't know how much of what these cards are really going to be doing. That having been said, there is something I want to highlight here. The first pack you open each day on the showcase spot in the Triple Threat Park will also give you 30 minutes of 2x rep from my team. Now, you know, when it comes to packs, I say do what makes you happy. You don't ever want to open a pack, don't do it. And with the auction house here, you don't have to. But that double rep is a really nice thing. Like getting 30 minutes of double rep a day for opening one pack, I do think that that's something you can do just from playing the game, and it would be wise and, you know, efficient to have that set aside for you. Let's see here. And so they're talking about some of the rewards here. The rewards are pretty straightforward. They will talk about that a little bit. So navigate Breakout City to basically get stuff. You get rewards on each board. We saw that in the preview. You get a prize ball in the beginning. We saw that. Or we're not surprised by that. Triple Threat Park. Basically, you get a pack for every 5 wins in a row. You get every 5-game win streak. Which is going to make that a little bit sweatier, but I don't know. If the whole My Team community is in there, it's not going to be super sweaty just because the My Team community, no offense, is not used to playing Park. So they're used to Triple Threat. And I played a decent amount of Triple Threat last year. There's some good players out there. There's also a lot of players who are just there to have fun, right? And playing whatever they want. So I do think this will be a place you can go have fun and do whatever you want. But remember what I said earlier? The main thing is the waiting game. Are people going to be getting on those spots and trying to play and trying to get as many games in as possible? Or are they going to be dodging people, right? Are they going to be dodging people that they want to play with? Like, oh, your record doesn't look good, so I'm going to get off the spot. Or if you're really good, once you win 5 in a row, are people like, I don't want to play at those courts. Those guys are really good. You have to wait and see. So we'll see how that works out. I hope it's a situation where everybody's looking to get in games. The parks are packed, and you're just getting games in all the time. King of the Court, long story short, if you want to earn King of the Court, you need 5-game win streak in Showdown. Or once you get into the Amethyst tier, you are automatically eligible for King of the Court. Okay? Salary cap, it doesn't really say much about salary cap. Build your best lineups to meet the threshold, earn rewards. This mode may contain the most obtainable guaranteed hidden gems player cards. Be sure to compete here and earn these great rewards. So there we see, right? These hidden gems player cards that later get added to your collection. When they're released, salary cap is going to be a good way to farm that. Salary cap was a great mode last year. I thought it was fun. Thought you got a nice variety of games in salary cap. The lineups were definitely more varied. Now, very, very much be looking forward to salary cap this year. Although in this early part of the year, let's see how good the teams you can make really are. In fact, that's something I'm going to focus. I didn't do a whole lot of salary cap last year. I'm going to focus more on that this year because knowing which cards to pair with a lot of the role player cards is going to be crucial in the early part of the year when the talent of the cards is very limited, right? Okay, domination. So I see a magical name here, so I'm going to read every single word of this. NBA 2K25's MyTeam launches with 2 dominations for you to compete against the AI and single-player games. Get started with adjustable difficulties, but play on the toughest available to defeat your opponent by a defined score differential. So we know how domination works, right? Earning 99 stars in the 25 NBA domination will earn you 91 overall Amethyst Jalen Brunson. Knicks fans, we here. And Knicks fans know what that means. Get 99 stars in the eras where you will face 30 teams to get Diamond Tim Duncan. So Tim had an interesting release last year because his release was actually a part of a lot of the big builds in Park. So there are elements of his release that are good. We'll see if on default his release is good. He should be strong in the mid-range. We'll see what he's doing in the post. Let's see if he can play power. He should be able to play power forward, obviously, because he's Tim Duncan and that's his main position. So judging by what the other power forwards are in the game, we'll see if he can work in the post and what his step back jumper is. So if you guys don't know, Wolf actually tweeted, Wolf, the 2K dev, former 2K League player, he actually tweeted, watch out for Jokic's step back jumper, his hop jumper, and to work on that with the rhythm shooting because it's really, really strong. You guys know this channel dedicated probably like a good 3 videos to Jokic alone, and anytime that shot showed up on a player, I highlighted it. By the end of the year, many cards got it. It was very strong. So if Tim Duncan gets that animation or an animation similar to that, definitely be on the lookout for that for the Tim Duncan card in this early part of the year, where the mid-range amongst these bigs is going to be much more crucial because a lot of these bigs aren't going to be able to shoot. Or if they can shoot, they might have slow releases, so they're not dominant from the outside in the early going. So a card like Tim Duncan that can really possibly cook in the mid-range could have a lot of value. We'll see how he is as well. But this 91 overall Jalen Brunson, I can't wait to see it. I hope he's good. I don't expect him to have a lot of defense, but if he can really, really cook on offense, that could be really fun. It's a lot of domination games, and I don't know how fast I'm going to get that done because in the beginning of the year, I have to do a lot of my career. Speaking of my career, one of my commenters asked me, I hope the MyTeam content doesn't go away. No worries there. Like I said, 10 toes down on MyTeam, y'all. This is my community. I originally wanted to help the MyTeam community back in the At Me Bro days. That's something I still want to do going forward, especially now that Triple Threat is here. So we're going to need the MyTeam community to really, be more informed about animations and more, talking to each other and having a community out there that's playing with each other. 2K is trying to get the MyTeam community to be more of a community. And so I think it's even more important this year to be as informed and connected as possible. So that's not going anywhere. Any My Career content is going to be in addition to what I would always do for my team. So you're still going to get your card reviews as soon as they're in the 2KDB. These cards are not on the 2KDB yet, so they're not here. But early tomorrow morning, if they are in the DB, you will be getting your card breakdowns as always from this channel. unless I have something in real life that I absolutely have to do, that stuff will be here as often. This is my first year starting 2K as a content creator, which even feels strange for me to say. But as we are approaching 2,000 subscribers, thanks to every single one of y'all in your support so far. As I've always said on the channel, the more you guys support the channel, the more I will support you in return. And yeah, we're gonna keep doing that, and we're gonna ride hard for the MyTeam community and hope that 2K treats us right, because despite what a lot of people believe, this is true for most content creators, but I'll speak for myself here. I do not like coming on here talking about corporate policies. I like coming on here talking about video game basketball. That's what I want to do. Those vids get a lot of views, right? My best performing video is the NBA 2K League video, which is commentary. It's not necessarily talking about corporate greed, but talking about what people do wrong gets a lot of hits. As many hits as that stuff gets, that's not what I personally enjoy. I like informing y'all about the game, learning about the game with you. This is going to be a learning process. Can I stress this enough? I am not an expert on 2K25, and guess what? No one is. It's a new game. We have to go in with a wide open mind, learning mentality, and we're going to be on that journey together as we get in. When I have a good handle of the game, believe me, I'll let you know. Right? I'm not shy about these things, but I'm also honest about where I am in the game. It is day 0 of the game. I'm watching some of the best players in the entire 2K community basically dribble the ball off their feet. We don't know this game yet. And that's really what I'm saying here in this message. Like, yeah, you know, we got the playbook and all of this stuff. It's just telling you get rewards for playing the game. There's cards in the game and you get rewards for playing the game. By the way, look out for LeBron. I will add, he is dropping at -1% odds. So they've changed it from -2% to -1%. Now, for those of us who played the game, we knew it was already -1%, but at least now that's visible. So the chances of getting these high cards is not very high. We'll see what these auction prices are like, and quite frankly, what the quality of these cards are. We don't know what these animations are like. Just because they have shiny diamond glows around their ratings and stuff like that does not necessarily mean that they're good. These aren't necessarily big names. We don't see a lot of super athletic cards. So, you know, with the exception of LeBron and Westbrook, with the exception of the top 3, Raja Bell's not a great athlete, not going to be dunking all over people, right? Not a lot of great shooting here. These are kind of mid-range players, so we'll see how this goes. Sengun's not super tall, so let's not get overly hyped about seeing these diamond glows. I don't see any crazy signature animations here, but in order to really know what's good in the game and who's good in the game, we have to get our hands on the game, get in those tutorials, learn how to play. That's what we're going to be focused on in the early going. We have to learn this game. Even these cards coming out, it's much less important how good these cards are than it is how good you are with the card and your ability to learn 2K25 as fast as possible and get out of those 2K24 habits. That's why you guys haven't seen content from me, because I wanted to stop playing 2K24, coming here with a clean slate and a fresh mind, and deliberately not have muscle memory from that game active in my hands while I'm trying to learn something new. As they say in all of the Kung Fu movies, empty your cup. Right? And that's what we're doing this year. So yeah, there's rewards for doing everything. It looks like the MT amounts are fairly consistent with last year based on what I saw. I was watching Elevate's stream. Shout out to him. I actually think he's streaming right now still. In fact, I will drag his stream over so that it is on screen. So you can see here, Project Elevate, right? He's streaming at the time of this recording in the video. And go ahead and follow him. Shout out to Elevate. And yeah, so as I was watching Elevate stream, it looked like the MT he was earning, because I think he played 2 or 3 triple threat games in which he got absolutely fried by the computer. So not only am I sharing his channel, but we are exposing Elevate for being a scrub. No, I'm just kidding. So this just goes to show, right? I'm sure Elevate won probably every single triple threat game he played last year. Brand new game, get on the game, don't know how to play, CPU is going to cook you. That's the nature of a new game, right? And the fun of learning and stuff like that. But the MT amounts look pretty consistent. The rewards look like they're solid. We'll really see that when we get our hands on the game. I'm really excited for this new year with y'all, and I cannot wait till 8 in the morning. There will be content in the early going, but I do have to teach tomorrow. So there will be a break, but then I'll be back on the game, and I'm going to be grinding. as I learn things, I will share that with you guys the whole way through. And I'm going to be covering the whole game as much as possible. So it will be some my career stuff. There will be build videos. There will be, but the thing is, that information is relevant to the My Team community. And that's actually why I started creating content in the first place. Because as a person who was really well versed in the animations in the park and the rec, and I'm talking about back in the Abby Bro Show days, I was like, well, man, the My Team community doesn't even know what the animations are right now. Like, you guys don't even know what cards are good because you're not as aware of the animations. And now the My Team community has learned a lot since then, but this is a brand new game. So if I've learned that if we don't put in the effort to be on top of it as a community, we can get worse, right? The game can pass us by. And when a new game comes out, that's what the dance is. How early can you get good at the game so that you go from learning the game to mastering the game to having a whole lot of fun with the game at whatever level you want to play? And so the first thing is we're going to learn these basics and have fun doing that and getting these early rewards. And I actually do think out of any part in the year, playing the CPU, this is the best time to do it because the CPU is going to be the most challenging in September when you don't know how to play the game yet. And it's going to be the biggest opportunity to learn. Whereas by the time we get into, October, a lot of the people watching this channel are probably going to know how to play already. And the CPU is just going to be a pure grind. And when the CPU provides a challenge, it's going to be a little bit more fun to play if you're looking for a challenge. So that having been said, I will see y'all in the next one. Just wanted to put this video out there to, first of all, cover this little bit of news, obviously, which is part of what we do. Sound the alarms. We're on high alert with this pink diamond LeBron James in September. Really low odds. We'll see what he's like on the auction house and all of that stuff. We'll be covering all of that tomorrow. But also to say, glad to be back. Let's get learning the game. No know-it-all over here on the Books Nelson channel. Right now, I know nothing about 2K25, and that makes me really happy because that means we have a great journey ahead of us over these next few early weeks and months of the game. All right, so I'm excited. I hope y'all are too. Please like and subscribe if you have not already. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.